Alright guys, I think the easiest way to turn a picture into black and white is to, of course, start by opening up your picture. If you come over to the hue and saturation layer, if you just take down your saturation completely, it'll turn black and white. Okay, and then you can come up to your contrast and brightness. I'm going to add a bunch more contrast into mine. Ooh, a little more darkness. Come on up to the levels, one of my favorite tools. This is where you can control the midtones, the highlights, and the darks individually. Okay, so if you want to brighten up your highlights, it'll just brighten up your highlights. If you want to darken your darks, it'll just darken your darks. And if you want to darken or lighten your midtones, you can darken or lighten your midtones. Okay. Alright, so that's a pretty good start. Next, if you go down onto your layer at the bottom, you can also use the dodge and burn tools, which is over here on your toolbar. There's the dodge tool at the top and the burn tool. This is going to make certain areas lighter or darker. Okay, so we're going to start with the dodge tool. It looks like a black lollipop. And if I'm going to zoom in, okay, so let's see here. Up here at the top where it says range, you can select what you want to do if you want to work with your shadows, your midtones, or your highlights. I'm going to start here with highlights. And your exposure kind of has to do with your opacity. If your exposure is at 100, it's going to change what you're doing really fast. If you're down here at a lower number, it's going to change more slowly. I would suggest having your exposure be probably somewhere under 20. Okay, and you can control your brush again with the tabs. So say I wanted to take certain areas and make them lighter. Okay, that's what this tool is going to do. Okay, and we're on our dodge tool right now. So let's just say I wanted to zoom into her eye here, and I want to make the whites of her eyes just a tad lighter. Okay, that's what the dodge and burn tool is going to do. The burn tool is going to make things darker. The dodge tool is going to make things lighter. Okay, so zoom out. Let's say I want to darken some things up. So let me go to my burn tool. Okay. Say I want to work in the midtones. Maybe this area right under her neck. Maybe I want to make that shadow just a little bit darker. Okay. If I kind of just drag over, it's going to just see how it's just darkening up those areas of her hair where I'm clicking. Maybe this corn here in the front. I want to make those stalks a little bit darker. Right here. So it kind of darkens things up without losing the detail. I can still see the detail in the corn. I'm just making them a little bit darker there. If I want to darken my shadows, I come back up to shadows and I can darken this area back here in the background. Okay. And again, if you ever mess up, Control-Z or Edit step backwards. Okay. Maybe my highlights I want to darken up a little. Maybe her shirt, maybe I don't want it to be quite so bright. Okay, if I click on that, see how that's making that shirt a little bit darker. Okay, so you can create a really precise amount of light in your picture using that dodge and burn tool. Okay. That looks pretty good. Make sure you file and save as.